What if happiness isn't something you find, but something you train? Most people spend their lives waiting for happiness. They tell themselves, I'll be happy when I have more money. I'll be happy when I find the right person. I'll be happy when I become successful. I'll be happy when my problems disappear. But here's the problem. There will always be another problem, another goal, another bill, another challenge, another thing you think you need before you can finally feel good. And if you make happiness dependent on perfect circumstances, you may spend your entire life waiting. The truth is, you can train your mind. You can train yourself to notice what is good. You can train yourself to stop obsessing over what is missing. You can train yourself to appreciate ordinary moments. You can train yourself to recover faster from disappointment. And no, that doesn't mean pretending life is perfect. It means learning how to experience peace. Even when life isn't perfect, happiness isn't weakness. It isn't laziness. And it doesn't mean ignoring reality. Real happiness is having the mental strength to experience life fully, instead of constantly fighting reality. So if you want to become happier, don't wait for your life to change. Start training your mind. Your mind becomes influenced by what you repeatedly feed it. Think about that. If you spend hours consuming negativity, don't be surprised when your mind becomes negative. If you constantly compare yourself, don't be surprised when you feel inadequate. If you constantly watch people arguing, don't be surprised when you feel angry. If you constantly consume bad news, don't be surprised when you become anxious. Your mind is listening. Even when you think you're just scrolling, you're training your attention. You're teaching your brain what deserves your focus. So become selective. You don't need to know every argument happening online. You don't need to read every negative comment. You don't need to watch everything that makes you angry. Protect your attention, because your attention becomes your experience. Instead of beginning your morning with notifications, begin with yourself. Take a walk, stretch, exercise, read something useful, sit quietly, write down your priorities, look at the sky, drink your coffee slowly. You don't need to begin every morning by allowing the world to enter your mind. Choose what enters, because happiness becomes much easier when you stop constantly feeding your mind things that make you miserable. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to feel happy is because they constantly focus on what they don't have: more money, more attention, more success, more followers, a better body, a better house, a better relationship, a better life. And the mind keeps saying, not enough. But what happens when you train yourself to notice what is already there? Your health, your family, your friends, your freedom, your ability to wake up tomorrow and try again, the food on your table, the roof over your head, the ability to walk outside, the people who genuinely care about you, the opportunities you haven't even discovered yet. Gratitude doesn't mean you stop wanting more. It means you stop allowing what you don't have to destroy your appreciation for what you do have. Every morning, name 3 things you're grateful for. Not because it's some magical trick, because repetition changes attention. You begin training your brain to look for good things, and what you repeatedly look for, you begin noticing. Your life may not suddenly change, but your experience of your life can. Sometimes happiness isn't about getting more. Sometimes it's about finally noticing how much you already have. You cannot build a happy life while constantly living inside yesterday. Maybe someone hurt you. Maybe you made a terrible mistake. Maybe you lost someone. Maybe you failed. Maybe you wasted years. Maybe you wish you had made different decisions. But listen, you cannot change the past. You can only change what the past means to you. Your past can become a prison, or it can become a teacher. The choice begins when you stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start asking, what can I learn from this? The pain happened, the mistake happened, the rejection happened, but it doesn't have to happen. Every morning, inside your mind, stop reopening wounds just to prove they hurt. You don't need to forget. You don't need to pretend. You need to accept that yesterday is finished. Forgive yourself for what you didn't know. Forgive yourself for the decisions you made when you were younger. You were learning, you were becoming, and now you know more. Use that knowledge. Don't spend your present punishing yourself for your past. Your future needs your attention. Give it to your future. Comparison is one of the fastest ways to steal your happiness. You look at someone else's life, and suddenly your life feels small. Someone is richer. Someone is younger. Someone is more attractive. Someone has more followers. Someone has a better career. Someone seems happier. But remember, you're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. You don't know their private struggles. You don't know their fears. You don't know their failures. You don't know what their life feels like when nobody is watching. And even if they truly are successful, their success doesn't make you a failure. Someone else's progress is not evidence of your lack of progress. Your life has its own timeline. Your responsibility is not to beat everyone. It's to become better than the person you were yesterday. Compare yourself to your old habits. Are you more disciplined, more patient, more confident, more skilled, more peaceful, more responsible? That's a comparison that matters. Because when you stop competing with everyone around you, you finally have enough energy to build yourself. Here's something most people don't understand. Your life is mostly made of ordinary days, not vacations, not celebrations, not huge achievements. Ordinary mornings, ordinary afternoons, ordinary evenings. And if you only allow yourself to be happy during extraordinary moments, you'll miss most of your life. Learn to enjoy the ordinary. Enjoy your morning coffee. Enjoy your workout. Enjoy a conversation with someone you love. Enjoy music. Enjoy a walk. Enjoy learning something new. Enjoy finishing your work. Enjoy a quiet evening. You don't need fireworks to prove that life is worth living. Sometimes a peaceful Tuesday morning is enough. Happiness becomes more stable when you stop demanding that every day be exciting. Some days will be boring. Some days will be difficult. Some days will be incredible. That's life. Don't judge your entire existence by one bad day. And don't wait for a perfect day before you allow yourself to appreciate the present. The ordinary moments are not interruptions to your life. They are your life. Sometimes you don't need another motivational speech. You need to move. Your mind and body are connected. When you sit for hours thinking about your problems can become bigger inside your head. But when you move, something changes. Walk, run, lift, stretch, play a sport, get outside, take care of your body. You don't have to become an athlete. You don't have to train for hours, but give your body a reason to feel alive. And here's another powerful habit. Sleep properly, eat reasonably, get sunlight, spend time outside, take breaks, talk to people you trust. Your mental state isn't created by your thoughts alone. Your daily behavior shapes it too. So when you're having a difficult day, don't always ask, how do I think my way out of this? Sometimes ask, what can I do right now? Take a shower, clean your room, go outside, take a walk, exercise, call someone, finish one small task. Action can interrupt a negative mental loop. You don't have to solve your entire life to change the direction of your day. Sometimes, one healthy action is enough to begin the shift. Happiness isn't something you achieve once and keep forever. It's something you practice. Every day, your mind will give you reasons to worry, to compare, to complain, to regret, to fear, to focus on what's missing. And every day, you get another opportunity to train it differently. When your mind says, you're behind, answer, I'm growing at my own pace. When your mind says, nobody cares, answer, I will start by caring for myself. When your mind says, everything is going wrong, answer, this is difficult, but I can handle today. When your mind says, I'm not good enough, answer, I don't need perfection. I need progress. You don't have to believe every thought that enters your mind. A thought is not always a fact. Sometimes it's simply a thought. Let it pass. You are the observer. Not every thought needs to become your identity. And remember, happiness doesn't mean you never feel sad. It doesn't mean you never get angry. It doesn't mean you never experience fear. A happy person can still have terrible days. The difference is they don't allow one terrible day to become their entire identity. They recover. They learn. They continue. They find something worth appreciating, even in difficult seasons. So start today. When you wake up, don't immediately search for what's wrong. Look for what's right. When something goes wrong, ask what you can learn. When someone succeeds, celebrate them instead of attacking yourself. When you make a mistake, correct it instead of destroying yourself. When you're overwhelmed, slow down. When you're tired, rest. When you're lonely, reach out. When you're unhappy, don't immediately assume that your entire life is wrong. Sometimes you're simply having a hard day, and tomorrow can be different. Train your mind to return to peace. Train your mind to return to gratitude. Train your mind to return to hope. Train your mind to return to the present. Because happiness isn't always found at the end of some massive achievement. Sometimes it's found in the way you experience the life you're already living. So stop waiting for everything to be perfect. Stop telling yourself you will be happy someday. Someday is not guaranteed. Today is here. This moment is here. This breath is here. This life is here. And you don't need to have everything to appreciate something. You don't need to know the future to enjoy today. You don't need to be successful to feel proud of your progress. You don't need everyone's approval to respect yourself. You don't need a perfect life to have a peaceful mind. Start small. Wake up with gratitude. Move your body. Protect your attention. Spend time with people who matter. Work towards something meaningful. Stop comparing. Forgive your past. Enjoy ordinary moments. And when life becomes difficult, don't ask, why can't I be happy? Ask, what can I do to take care of my mind today? That question changes everything, because you are not powerless over your mental habits. You can train them. You can strengthen them. You can redirect them. And over time, the way you think begins to change. The way you live begins to change. And eventually, your entire experience of life can change. So train your mind every morning, every afternoon, every night, not to pretend that life is perfect, but to become strong enough to find peace inside an imperfect life. Because true happiness isn't having everything you want. It's learning to appreciate what you have while continuing to build what you want next. Your mind is your home. Take care of it, protect it, train it, and make it a place you actually want to live in. Because when you learn to create happiness from within, the world doesn't have to be perfect for you to be okay. And that is one of the greatest freedoms you can ever have. Train your mind, choose your thoughts, protect your peace, appreciate today, and keep becoming the strongest, healthiest, happiest version of yourself.